Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir. And I thank the Honourable Bodia for his question. Of course, I've had spoken about cooperatives in terms of overall registration and the positive impact it's been having in terms of rural livelihoods. As we all know, sir, the cooperatives are ideal as well for women and youth participation in economic activities, and is actually quite a valuable tool when it comes to empowering women and youth, and by creating income-generating activities. Of course, the Ministry of Trade is very committed, sir, to fostering inclusive economic growth, and of course, specifically focusing on expanding the role of women and youth in cooperatives. Just by way of some data, sir, in the West alone, we witnessed, in terms of membership, an increase of about 148% for women, female membership, raising the proportion of women cooperatives in total from 12% to 24%. Over the last year. This growth has been the result of some comprehensive outreach campaigns, tailored training programs, and the financial support systems that have started encouraging more women participation. And I refer particularly to the Ministry of Women, who have been advocating strongly for women in business, and of course, other multilateral organizations as well. Similarly, Honourable Speaker, we recognize that Fiji's youth represent a tremendous opportunity as well for cooperative growth. And I would like to specifically call out the Honourable Minister for Youth, who has basically communicated a message to all our young men and women, and where they want to set up business initiatives, that they do them through cooperatives. And so similarly, we are seeing encouraging signs in terms of the growth of cooperatives, youth-based cooperatives, and we will continue to focus on that. As we know, young people bring fresh ideas and the entrepreneurial spirit that comes with youth, sir, that can propel cooperatives going forward. In terms of just citing some examples of where we have collaborated in terms of women and also youth, I'll just pick two examples, sir. I think we all have heard of Rise Beyond the Reef, which is a very, innovative and excellent women empowerment program, sir. They actually have just opened their first shop in Denarau, I think. Before they used to supply through Amazon, and supply on an order basis. I believe they're also in all the, in particularly, I think they're in Tapus, I think, in terms of store selling their products. And just recently they have opened their shop, and we have been assisting them on and off for some time, including during Honourable Koya's time. And just recently, because the models, the way it's set up is the ladies are sewing in their various homes, and then they bring their product together to a central location, and then it's delivered to the distribution center. One of the team came up with the idea of actually helping fund the sewing machines for these ladies. So right now, we've just recently funded up to 14 members of the Rise Beyond the Reef women to the amount of $11,988. And the bulk of that money has been used to actually buying sewing machines. And they are now, I guess you could say, producing more. in terms of income. In terms of the Ministry for Youth, we are moving around with the Ministry for Youth in terms of some of the programs that they are doing. One of the ones that comes to mind is the recent Yasa Samoala Youth Festival in Lao, where we conducted cooperative awareness and registration for participating youth groups. Later this month as well, sir, we'll be visiting Kandau to conduct awareness sessions and registration to enable them to effectively participate in economic activities. And of course, with the challenge with drugs that we are facing, these initiatives are ways of addressing the challenge with drugs and trying to encourage our youth to be productive members of our society and move away from the vagaries of drugs. Of course, the ministry also works very closely with the Ministry of Women, as I've mentioned. Currently, we're also working with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, through a program called Markets for Change, to again empower and formalize successful women groups into cooperatives. Through some of these targeted approaches, we've been able to register about 60 successful women-led cooperatives. Formalization of these women groups as cooperatives has opened up new opportunities, such as easier access to grants, most definitely, particularly the IHRDP, which is very popular, which is facilitated by the ministry. There is a later discussion about access to finance bills later today, and that again will increase the opportunity for our cooperatives and MSMEs to actually access capital, which is one of the biggest challenges when it comes to micro, small to medium enterprise and cooperatives. Looking ahead, the ministry is committed to both women and youth in cooperatives through more gender and youth-sensitive policies. Over the last 3 years, a total of 398 women and youth have been appointed to board positions in respective cooperatives, so that is an interesting and positive development as well. In terms of other initiatives, we are partnering with the ILO, International Labour Organization, and the United Nations to continue to align our initiatives to global best practices on gender equality and youth empowerment. And this certainly will allow us to implement new programs, enhance existing ones, ensuring that the Fiji cooperative sector is not only inclusive, but sustainable as well. The success we've seen so far, Honourable Speaker, is a testament to, of course, the effectiveness of the prior government initiatives, and all we're doing is continuing to fine-tune them. As I had mentioned in the previous speech, we do have a grant now that's specifically targeted to cooperatives, and we shall be utilizing that. We're actually about to advertise for that program soon. And this, of course, will ensure that the cooperative movement continues to grow and hopefully directly address issues such as poverty alleviation in Fiji. In Nagasaki.
Thank you.